I would say the big mistake parents make, and if I could help parents stop making this mistake, they would be better off. They need to understand that their child is going to learn from the outside world, whether they guard them or not. The question is whether their child trusts them or not. So don't make the mistake of being so protective over your child and restrictive as a result that you lose trust between you and your kid. You want your kid to come to you no matter what. You don't want to make that kid believe that if they told you everything that they've witnessed at school or experienced out in the world on their own, that they can't share it with you. Parents, you want your kids to be able to share with you pretty much anything. And if you're too restrictive, and if you're too strict and restrictive, but if you're too strict, if you're too restrictive, what's going to happen is they won't tell you anything. And they won't think that you're the person that they need to go to when they have a problem. And that's the biggest mistake I see parents make. They're so strict and they're so restrictive, and they literally hover their child so badly that that child now does not ultimately have the trust that they need to have. Why? Because that child knows that that guy's going to overreact, that parent's going to overreact, that parent's going to judge, and you basically destroy the trust between you and your child.
The number one thing I would tell parents, if I wasn't afraid to hurt your feelings, is that the number one influence on the life course outcome of your child as an adult is not your parenting. Actually, the number one choice you can make that impacts your children long term is the environment where you live. By environment, I mean your children's peer groups, your school community, the community at large where you live, and other adults in their life. The truth is that the peak influence of your parenting in terms of your child's behavior is from 0 to 7. After age 15, that drops to about 6%, and after age 21, it's essentially 0. The number 2 influence in the overall outcome of who your child becomes is your genetics. What they know clearly comes from your parents. That's a function of the environment you create for them and their exposure. But in terms of their traits, their abilities, their makeup, their personality, that is not from you. That is from their genetic background. And the long-term outcome has everything to do with the influences around them as they get older that shape how these things emerge. If you want more on this, please check out the work of Russell Barkley, PhD, probably the most prominent voice in child neuropsychologic development. His books and his content is everywhere, and I hope that this makes you think.
These are 3 ways to be the best primary parent you could ever be, or be a parent, meaning they have some time with the kids, but you are still have majority of the time with the kids, the raising, the day-to-day, the moving around, whatever. Don't forget yourself. Put yourself on the calendar. So important. 1, important, meaning go for your hike, your walks, go to the gym, drink water, eat healthy, meal prep. Sorry, excuse me, I'm getting a cold. To go to therapy if you can afford it. If not, find places where you can get discounted rate of therapy, support, whatever it looks like. Find a great community that are safe and supportive for you. Self-care, important. Drink your water, get some rest.
The super cute mom posted a one-liner parenting line that she uses all the time. That's her go-to. We use it all the time. We've been using it for about a decade. It's, you can be mad, but you can't be mean. And then she asked parents to share what their go-to one-liners are for gentle parenting, respectful parenting, kind parenting. And I wanted to share some of mine with you, because when we say things over and over and over again, it can feel like, oh my gosh, why do I have to keep repeating myself? So we have some one-liners that are just make things so much easier. And more importantly, they work because our kids know what they mean. If we haven't met, my name is Nicole. I'm the founder of Coffee and Carpool, Raising Kind Kids, and the Kind Kids movement, where we help parents and educators intentionally raise kind kids, but we do it in a way that is kind. One of our other go-to lines is, every family has different rules. Well, how come she can? Well, how come they can't? Every family has different rules. Just my constant go-to liner. In our family, this is our rule. Every family has different rules. We've been saying those for about a decade, and they work for toddlers, school age, teenagers. Here's another one we just started using a lot because we have teenagers. We don't comment on other people's bodies. So, blah, 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 blah. Nope, we don't comment on other people's bodies, period. My kids ask things over and over and over again after I've already given them the answer, right? How many people's kids do that? We use asked and answered. So I explained it to them the first time. You've already asked. I have already answered. I'm sorry if you don't like the answer, but that's the answer. So if they keep asking, then I just say asked and answered. You've asked, I've answered. Asked and answered. As many times as they ask, asked and answered. I'm not going to keep saying no over and over again. Asked and answered. It's done. My husband's favorite one, and we've started using it all the time, don't yuck someone else's yum, right? Let them do them. Let them do, like you do you. Let them do them. Don't yuck someone else's yum. How do you know that that is disgusting? You've never tried it? How do you know that sport that they're doing is too, no, don't yuck someone else's yum. Let them do their thing. We don't force kindness around here. We don't force friendships around here. So we say, you don't have to be friends with everyone, but you have to be friendly. You still have to be kind. You don't have to be friends with everyone. You have to be friendly. You can say hi. You can say thank you. You don't ignore. We use that one all the time. Because we're teaching really clear boundaries, we say often, stop means stop, no means no. So if I hear one of my kids say no, even if they're laughing, I'm like, oh, I heard no. No means no. Stop means stop. Clear boundary. If I see my kids making a questionable choice, especially when they were little and they were being adventurous and climbing on something, I say, is that a good choice for your body? Or I'll say, make good choices for your body. Please make good choices for your body. If they're not making good choices, I will say, make better choices right now, or I'm going to help you make better choices. Make a better choice. And now as I'm sending my teenagers off to be off by themselves, I just say to them, make good choices. Make good choices. One we've been using a lot is I'm sorry is just words. A real apology is a change in behavior. Don't keep doing it and keep saying I'm sorry. That doesn't cut it. A real apology is a change in behavior. We also don't do sarcasm around here because that can get really mean really quickly. It can be misinterpreted. A lot of people don't understand sarcasm. It's just something that we don't use. It's one of the things we banned a long time ago. So it's say what you mean and mean what you say. You didn't really mean you didn't mean what you just said, so say what you mean. You didn't really like it. Okay, so say what you mean what you say. When kids are coming at us with attitude or nasty or rude or that snark back or the clap back, that mean little snark, we say try again. Deadpan, try again. Oh, nope, still, try again. I've had to say it up to 10 times for my teens when they're extra salty. Try again. You don't get to talk to me that way. I don't talk to you this way. You may not talk to me this way. Try again. And we keep going until they are able to say it with a little sliver of respectability or kindness. I'm like, okay, thank you. When kids are trying to be funny, or they're just kidding, or can't you take a joke? We come back with, who is it funny for? Who is it funny for? Is it funny for the person that you're making fun of or that you're teasing? Who is it funny for? When our kids were little, we taught them the difference between tattling and telling. So telling is if somebody's hurt or about to get hurt, and tattling is trying to get somebody into trouble. So we would then when they would come to us with something, are you tattling or are you telling? Because they knew the difference because we had spent the time to teach them and practice what the difference was. Are you tattling or are you telling? Right? Telling is going to help someone. Tattling is getting somebody in trouble on purpose. And then when they're having their big emotions, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be not okay. It's okay to be nervous. You can be brave and be scared and do it anyways. So it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be whatever it is that you are. You're allowed to be those things. We talk about being brave as being scared, but doing it anyways, doing it scared. We talk about it all the time. And then when they come to us with their problems, do you want help? Do you want advice? Or do you just want me to listen? Right? Asking them what they want from you to set really clear boundaries. Do you want my opinion, my advice, my help? Or do you just want me to listen? I can do either one. Or do you want a hug? We could do that too, right? Giving them that choice. Choices are huge. So those are some of my parenting one-liners. What are yours?
Ladies, if you are thinking about having kids, if you are thinking about having another kid, only consider having a child if you are fully prepared to raise them by yourself. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if you're in the best relationship. You guys are soulmates. That person may not be there forever, okay? But more so than just taking care of the child, financially, if you are not able to take care of a child fully by yourself, you do not need to be having one. When a relationship ends, everyone is hurting and everyone, goes through their mourning phase to death and you go through that process. And ladies, when you finally start getting yourself together and loving yourself and you no longer make him a priority, you're not checking his social media, you're not worried about him, the only way he can get to you is through those children. He will do whatever he can to get to you, to disrupt your peace, to slow you down, to stop your glow up. And they do it through money. They know that it is almost impossible to raise a child on one income in this society. They know that you both agreed when you had the baby that it was a team effort. But a lot of men, when things are not going their way, when they are mad at you, when they see you are moving on, when they see that they don't have the ability to ruffle your feathers emotionally, you don't care who they're with, you don't care what they're doing, you don't care why they're doing it. He is a thing of the past. The only thing that he has is the ability to control you through money. He will either give you nothing at all or make promises that you then depend on, and then he won't come through and you are stuck. Most mothers, when you are a good mother and your child comes to you and says, I want to do gymnastics, I want to be in the band, I want to play football, and all of this stuff costs money. Good mothers don't say we can't afford it. Good mothers don't say no. You know what good mothers say? Give me some time to figure it out. And that's when the sleepless nights come in. That's when you get a second and third job. We get used to doing it by ourselves. We get used to being the one to be at the doctor's appointments and the teachers' conferences and getting the kids ready for school and figuring out the daycare and the childcare. We get used to that. We rise to the occasion. Where we hurt the most is financially. And if you can get yourself in a position where whether or not he does the right thing, you guys will be okay, I promise you, your life will change for the better. Your stress level will change for the better. You do not have to hold yourself hostage depending on his behavior. So if you are not at a point in your life where you can do that, don't have another kid. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, at least have a skill, at least have something that you can fall back on financially, so that if in the event you are the sole person caring for these kids, you are always able to provide for them. Because I'm telling you, I don't care how good a man is, how great the relationship is, when he cannot get to you emotionally, he will try to get to you financially. And the best way to protect yourself is to be able to provide for you and your children. Is he still responsible for those kids financially and doing his part? Of course. But whether or not he does, you guys will be okay. That's the position that you need to make sure that you are in before you ever have a child. Otherwise, you will be stressed out.